What's up, you friggin' geniuses? So, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to evaluate variable expressions with integers, okay? So that means positive and negative numbers. So, in case you need an intro into adding and subtracting integers, I'll link a video to that in the card above. But if you're good, let's just jump into these examples. Okay, so for this first example, let's say we were asked to evaluate the expression x plus 7 when x is equal to 2. How would you solve this? Well, the problem is telling us that x is 2. So that means I'm going to plug in a 2 for x up here. Okay, so instead of x plus 7, I'm going to have 2 plus 7. Okay, and what's 2 plus 7? That would just be 9. Okay, so that'd be your answer. Okay, let's try one more with this one. So again, we're being asked to evaluate x plus 7, and now let's say x is equal to negative 11. So again, we're being told x is negative 11, so that simply means we're going to plug in negative 11 for x up here. So instead of x plus 7, we're going to have negative 11 plus 7. And negative 11 plus 7, what is that equal to? Negative 4. So this would be your answer. Okay, so let's try another example. Okay, now let's say we were asked to evaluate negative n plus 1. And we're going to say when n is equal to 5. So this problem is telling us that n is equal to 5, right? So I'm going to plug in a 5 for this n right here. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in right there. And when we substitute this 5 in for n, don't forget to bring this negative sign out here. Okay, so we're going to have negative, and then we're going to plug in this 5, right, for n right here. So 5, and then the rest of this problem, plus 1. Plus 1. Okay, so what is negative 5 plus 1? Well, that would simplify to just negative 4. So that'd be your answer. Okay, let's try this problem one more time. So we're being asked to evaluate negative n plus 1, and now we're going to say when n is equal to negative 5. So we're going to plug in a negative 5 for just n right here. But we still have this other negative sign out here in front. So when we rewrite this, we're going to have negative, right? This negative out here in front, this negative out here in front. And now we're going to substitute this negative 5 in for n. Okay, so negative 5. And then again, we still have this plus 1 right here, right? So plus 1. So remember, n is negative 5, right? So that's just, this is n right here. But we still have this negative sign out here in front. Okay, so how would we evaluate this? Well, whenever you have two negative signs next to each other like this, you can basically turn them into a big plus sign. So two negatives make a positive, okay? So this turns into positive 5 plus 1. So what is positive 5 plus 1? Well, that would just be 6, right? Positive 6. Okay, so now let's do a couple problems with two variables. Okay, now let's evaluate 5p plus q, and we're going to say p is equal to 4, and we'll say that q is equal to negative 7. Okay, so again, I have a number next to a variable. There's no sign in between them, so again, this means multiply, right? Okay, so we're going to plug in 4 for p right here, and we're going to plug in negative 7 for q right here. Okay, so when we write our expression out, we're going to have 5 times p, and remember, p is equal to 4, right? So 4. And then we're going to add q, and then plus q, right? But what's q? Well, q is equal to negative 7. So plus negative 7. Okay, so we're left with 5 times 4 plus negative 7. So again, according to the order of operations, multiplication always comes before addition, right? So we're going to do this part first. So what is 5 times 4? Well, that simplifies to 20. Then we can bring down the rest of this part right here. So plus negative 7. Okay, so we're left with 20 plus negative 7. How would we solve this? Well, whenever you're adding a negative number, this addition sign goes away, okay? Just completely ignore it, get rid of it. set it on fire, whatever you want to do, okay? It just goes away. Okay, so now as you can see, all we're left with here is 20 minus 7, right? So what's 20 minus 7? That's just 13. Okay, so that'd be your answer. Okay, let's do one more problem, and it's going to have an exponent in it. Okay, now let's say you were asked to evaluate x plus y, and we're going to square this thing. And we're also going to say that x is equal to negative 18, and we'll say y is equal to 24. Okay, so I'm being told x is equal to negative 18. So again, that means I'm going to plug in negative 18 for x right here, right? And I'm being told y is equal to 24, so I'm going to plug in 24 for y right there. So when we rewrite this, this is going to be in parentheses, negative 18 plus 24. And remember, this whole thing is squared, right? Got this exponent here, so it's right there. Okay, so what are we going to solve next? Well, remember, according to the order of operations, you always start with parentheses, right? So whatever is inside of these parentheses right here, that's where we're going to start. That's what we're going to simplify first. So here we have negative 18 plus 24. What does that simplify to? Well, negative 18 plus 24 is positive 6. And again, let's bring down our parentheses down here and our exponent. Okay, so now as you can see, all we're left with is 6 raised to the second power, or 6 squared. And what does that simplify to? Well, that simplifies to 6 times 6, which is just 36. Okay, so that'd be your answer. All right, guys, so that's how you evaluate variable expressions with integers. I hope the video and examples were helpful. If you found them helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. But if you still got questions, leave them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to try and help you out. Also, there's a pre-algebra playlist attached at the end of the video, so if there's any other topics you need help with, definitely check those out, and I'll see you there.